A kiss in the shadows. The air inside the old ballroom was thick with candle smoke and secrets. Velvet curtains hung heavy along the windows, shutting out the night. A string quartet played in the corner, but the music was only background noise to the game unfolding in the crowd. Adrian Blackwood had been watching her all evening. Celeste, the wife of his closest friend Victor, wore a crimson dress that seemed made for sin. She laughed easily at Victor's dull stories, but every so often her eyes slid to Adrian with the slow precision of a blade unsheathing. Theirs was a dangerous game. He was the loyal friend. She was the untouchable jewel. And yet, every glance, every stolen breath between them said rules were meant to be broken. Victor excused himself to greet the mayor, leaving Celeste and Adrian on opposite sides of the marble floor. For a moment, neither moved. Then Celeste began her walk toward him, her gown trailing behind like blood on the tiles. "You've been staring," she said softly, her voice just for him. "I've been trying not to," Adrian answered. His throat felt dry, her smile curved, knowing, and failing. For the next hour, they orbited each other like predators, unwilling to strike first. When Adrian moved to the balcony for air, she was suddenly there, her perfume slipping under his defenses. When she returned to Victor's side, Adrian felt the heat of her absence like a wound. At dinner, she toyed with her wineglass, letting her fingers brush the rim, as though tracing his jawline from across the table. Adrian clenched his hands beneath the cloth, fighting the pull. Victor laughed, oblivious. "Adrian, you look tense. Business troubling you?" Adrian forced a smile. "Something like that." Celeste's eyes gleamed over the rim of her glass. Later, in the shadowed hall lined with portraits of forgotten ancestors, she cornered him. "You're cruel," Adrian said under his breath. Her lips curved dangerously. "Cruel? I haven't even touched you." "That's the cruelty," he replied. Her laugh was low, like silk tearing. She leaned closer, so near he could see the quick rise and fall of her chest. But just as he thought she might surrender to the moment, she slipped away again, gliding back into the ballroom as if nothing had happened. Adrian pressed his hand to the wall, breath ragged. She was playing with him, and he was letting her. The evening neared its end, and Victor insisted on one last waltz. The couples filled the floor, spinning under the golden chandeliers. Celeste reached for Adrian before Victor could claim her, the move so smooth it seemed rehearsed. Her hand in his was warm, alive, electric. As they turned with the music, her body brushed against his, the forbidden closeness enough to set his veins aflame. "Everyone's watching," Adrian murmured. "Good," she whispered back. "Let them." But when the dance ended, she pulled away once more, leaving him raw and wanting. The guests departed in a blur of carriages and laughter. Victor, drunk on brandy, stumbled off to bed, leaving Adrian and Celeste alone in the cavernous house. Silence pressed down on them. Celeste moved first, slipping into the library. Adrian followed, though he knew he shouldn't. She stood by the firelight, the flames painting her skin in molten gold. "Why do you resist me?" she asked, voice trembling now, no longer the predator, but something wounded, yearning. "Because I shouldn't want you," Adrian said, stepping closer. "Because he trusts me." Her eyes burned. "And still, here you are." They circled each other slowly, like duelists measuring distance. The air between them thickened, charged. Adrian reached out, caught a loose strand of her hair, let it run through his fingers. She shivered. "This is madness," he said. "Then let it be madness," she replied. The moment hung suspended, the world narrowing to firelight, breath, and the thud of two reckless hearts. Celeste tilted her head, drawing closer, her lips hovering a breath away. Adrian could taste the promise of her, the danger, the betrayal, and he wanted it all. But again, she paused, letting the silence stretch until it was unbearable. Her eyes glinted with triumph. She had drawn him to the edge, made him beg without words. And then, with a sudden fierceness that stole his breath, she closed the distance. Her mouth met his. Fire, hunger, ruin all at once. He grasped her waist, pulling her close, but just as quickly she broke away, leaving him burning, trembling, undone. At the door, she turned, her crimson dress flickering in the firelight, like a flame retreating into darkness. She finally kissed him and left him smoking hot.